Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're ready to learn because my mission is to help women discover their greatest self. I started a few years ago on my journey. I had low self-esteem. I lost my faith. I lost my connection to God, and I felt so lost. And if it wasn't for my mentors and the support that I had, I wouldn't have found myself. I wouldn't be where I am today. So my gift to women is to help them, give them the tools and the resources that they need to take their life to another level. I really believe if women come together, pull together, work together, greatness can happen. So what I'm going to share with you today is the 5 principles of the irresistible woman. And I just want to clarify something. When I talk about the irresistible woman, this is not about being physically attractive. It's not about that. And I don't want anyone to get it confused. It's more about being spiritually aligned. A woman that has tapped into her power, understands her power, and is able to use that power to create miracles in her life. And I'm telling you, I've been on both sides of the fence where I thought life was against me. I felt like the devil was everywhere. Then I slowly started to understand that no, it's not that. If I change my thoughts, if I change my behaviors, if I change myself, things will begin to shift in my life. And you may have read books or gone to seminars and workshops that tell you these things. But my thing is that we need to apply the work. We need to put in the work. It's time to go to work. So I'm going to share with you 5 principles, and I want you to listen intently. I don't want you to just let it go over your head and not take it seriously. I want you to really think about it and put them to work. I really want you to take it seriously because your life can really, really elevate. So let's begin. The first principle of a woman who I call irresistible has something called a daily spiritual practice. And what a daily spiritual practice is a set time each day that you set aside to spend with the Lord, to spend with the Creator. And why do I think that's important? Because I truly believe I'm a child of God. I truly believe I cannot do this without God's help and God's support. So the first thing we need to do is align ourselves. When you feel confused, when you feel stuck, when you feel out of balance, it's because you're not listening to the internal GPS that has been put inside of you. You're not listening to it. Because I'm telling you, once you align yourself, once you have a daily spiritual practice every single day, and it's not something that has to be strict and, become like a chore or a task, a challenging task. No. But once you set aside time every single day to connect, to pray, to journal, to meditate, whatever it is, once you set time every single day and you connect with that power, you will start to be able to hear the voice from within, hear the voice of the Holy Spirit from within. It will tell you, move left, move right. Don't talk to her. Don't talk to him. Talk to her. Talk to him. It will start to guide you through life. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that I don't need anyone apart from God. That's what I truly believe and I know. But God will send you the right people. God will send you the right circumstances. God will move you to the right places. God will move you into the right action if you align yourself. So the first principle is, ladies, we have to have a daily spiritual practice. We have to have a daily spiritual practice where we learn about our bodies. We learn and to respect our bodies. The temple that houses the Holy Spirit. That's the first thing. So write that down, ladies. The second principle of the irresistible woman is that she knows her strengths and she knows her weaknesses. She knows what brings her joy. She knows what brings her pain. And when she knows that, she knows she will not enter circumstances, situations that do not honor who she is. She will say no to the good so she can say yes to the best. And she knows how to remove limiting beliefs. Because beliefs are concrete things that we have developed over time. I believe I'm powerful, or someone may believe they're ugly, or someone may believe they're not good enough, unworthy. These are limiting beliefs that are holding you back. You see, I like to look at it as if your goal's over here and you're here, and there's limiting beliefs in your path, it's hard for you to go around them, jump over them, because they're stopping you in your tracks. You need to remove those beliefs out of the way so you can travel down the road you're supposed to go. You can travel following that divine GPS. You can travel down the road you need to go on. We have to remove the limiting beliefs, but first we have to know what they are. And that's going to take you being honest with yourself. You know, writing down, I say get a journal. I have journals where, you know, I write down my thoughts. If I say something nasty to someone, I write it down. I literally write it down, and at the end of the day, I reflect on it. And I say, I could have said that a bit better. I could have done this a bit better. I'm honest with myself. We need to remove the limiting beliefs, ladies. That's something we have to do, but you have to be honest. I truly believe that if we can feel it, we can heal it. But the moment we try to resist it, it's just going to keep on persisting in our life. We need to be able to feel it so we can heal it. Okay? So that's the thing we have to identify. So get yourself a journal. Write down your thoughts every single day. Okay, so the third principle of the irresistible woman is she honors her power as a woman. That means she takes time to protect her mind, her body, her soul. She's very conscious about the things she watches, about the things she eats, about the things she listens to, about her environment, her friends. She understands her power. And this is where some of us are getting it wrong. We allow people to come into our environments that disrespect us. We allow our bodies to be used for the wrong reason. You know, I have firm boundaries when it comes to the people of the opposite sex, men. You know, I'm a single woman. That means I honor and respect my body. I'm not going to give away my body to anyone that's not my husband. I mean, that's another training that we're going to get onto later on. But for now, I want you to think about, are you honoring your power as a woman? Do you know the feminine energy is a creative energy? The masculine energy is a go and get it energy. It's aggressive, right? But the female energy is a creative energy. It's a receptive energy. That means as women, we're allowed to just take it. If we look at the female and male body parts, we're used to receiving. We're used to receiving. So life shouldn't be a struggle. A lot of us have adapted this masculine energy, but it shouldn't be a struggle. We should allow things to happen to us. And I'm tapping into that. I'm learning how to allow life to move towards me instead of me having to chase people, chase things, chase opportunities. No. Honor your power as a woman. And I understand you have to understand your power as a woman. And it's going to take time. This training here is not going to be able to teach you how to really honor your power as a woman. But one of the first things I will say to you is start to monitor who you have in your life. How many hours are you spending on the phone with your girlfriends or the guy that doesn't really respect you as a woman? What other things are you watching on TV? Are you watching a lot of videos like this, or do you spend time looking at arguments on TV or things that do not honor who you are as a woman? Start being mindful of the food you eat. Start being mindful of the things you put on your body. It starts with that, women. The fourth principle of the irresistible woman is a woman who has a deep relationship, a strong relationship with her time and with her money. She doesn't allow anyone to steal her time or steal her money. She respects her time, she respects her money in a way where she doesn't worship it, but she allows it to work for her. You know, I grew up thinking that I had to work really hard for money. And now I know that money works really hard for me. Men work really hard for me. People work really hard for me because I'm tapping into my feminine energy. I'm tapping into it and I'm allowing it to take residency in my life. So that's the thing. I want you to think about your time. Where are you spending your time? Where are you spending your time? With who? Doing what? And we're not going to get into goal setting right here, but I feel like every woman out there should have a goal. And if your goal is to, you know, let's just be really basic right now. If your goal is to go to the supermarket and buy 3 bananas, right? You know that's what you're going to do. So you know if someone comes up to you and says, hey, let's go and buy some apples, you're going to be like, no, I'm going to buy these bananas. If someone says, hey, I've got these pears or these strawberries or something else, you're going to be like, no, I want these bananas. So you're not going to let anyone waste your time because you know where you're going. So the first thing to respect and honor your time is to go out and get a goal. Go out and know what you want in life. So then you can say, once I know what I want in life, then I can monitor all the people that come into my life. And I can truly see if they're bringing me closer to my goal or further away from my goal. It sounds simple, but it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of something I'm going to get onto after. The fifth principle is self-discipline. But it takes time, women, to build. You know, time is the currency of the earth. Anything worthwhile in your life is going to take time. So you need to value your time. You need to treasure your time. You need to guard your time. You know, I feel everybody that comes into your life needs to pay full price. Anyone that gets a seat in your life should pay full price for your time. Okay? Time is the currency of the earth. Every solid relationship takes time. Any business you want to develop takes time. Anything you want to spend time with your children to build and cultivate the relationship is going to take time. Guard your time, women. And develop a stronger relationship with your money. You know, money is nebulous. And I've learned that I used to think that money was evil. Right? I used to think actually money was evil, but I didn't read in the Bible that it said the love of money is the root of all evil. If you love money, you worship money, you just go out for money, yeah, it ain't gonna work out well for you. But if you understand what money is just energy. It cannot be destroyed, it can only be created and transformed. Money is energy. You know, when you live an opulent life and you have money, there's no stress about what you're going to buy your children. There's no stress about how you're going to pay your bills. Life becomes a lot more easier. I've been on both sides. I've been on the side where I can't afford to pay my bills. I ended up with minus in my account. You know, when the account balance is at zero and it goes down to the minus. I've been there, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And I've been on the side where all my bills can be paid and I have money left over to go on holiday, to do things with my child and my family as I please. That is the side I want everyone to be on. So when it comes to your money, I want you to start making a journal about your expenditure. You know, we can go into a deep training on this, but just for now, I want you to start looking at your income. How much money do you get? In your journal, write down how much money do I get on a monthly basis? And I want you to write down your expenditure. If you buy something, write it down. And at the end of the month, reflect on it. Was it necessary? Did you really need to go through that? Did you really need to buy that thing? This leaves me with the fifth principle. And this principle is the one that's going to make all the other principles work. And that is to master self-discipline. And I'm just going to let that sit and resonate and marinate on your soul. If you don't have self-discipline, you're going to allow people to steal your time and steal your money. You're not going to honor your power as a woman. You're not going to develop a daily spiritual practice because you're going to wake up in the morning and go to pray or go to journal or go to read a sacred text, and you're going to want to check your phone. You're going to want to call your friend because you haven't mastered self-discipline. Self-discipline in all of these areas is key. And it's hard. It is challenging. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, oh, mastering self-discipline is easy. But it starts with the small things. I want to share with you how. It starts with the small things. Think about how you do things around your home. If you start washing up the dishes, do you finish or do you leave something in the sink? I'm going to be honest with you. I used to do that. I used to say I'm going to start washing up the dishes, and I would always leave a plate. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to stand here and say that I was perfect. No. I used to always leave a plate or a knife or fork in the dish, in the sink. And I started to master self-discipline. I noticed it was a pattern. And I started to master it. I started to say, I'm going to finish this. Because remember, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you master it in the kitchen, guess what? You're going to master it in your relationship. You're going to master it in your career. You're going to master it in your job. You're going to master it as a mother. You're going to master it in all areas of life. But it starts with the small things. So if you go out and set to do a daily spiritual practice and you find that, it's hard, you find you just want to touch your phone, you just want to call your friend, guess what? You need to master self-discipline in the smaller areas of life, because how you do anything is how you do everything. So women, I wish I could stay here forever and just train you on things, but time is not on our side, and I don't want to over bombard you with information and overload you with information. But I do want to say this. These principles I've given you, just the little nuggets of them, really try and apply them to your life. Really try and find a way. How do I develop a daily spiritual practice? I do have a training module on how to actually do that. But for now, I just want you to really, really think about, how can I honor my power? Am I honoring my power as a woman? Do I have healthy boundaries in my life? Do I manage my time and money well? Because all these things make the irresistible woman. When you have healthy boundaries, when you're fully connected to God, when you're truly in alignment with your God-given assignment, when you're doing things your heart's been called to do, when you're honoring all areas of your life, there's only room for greatness. There's only room for great things to come in. So ladies, I'm going to send you love and light. Stay connected to my page. You can find me at Facebook / Coach Laura Lyles, or Instagram at Laura Lyles. I'm looking forward to seeing you win, and I truly want to see you shine. I'll see you guys at the top, because the bottom is too crowded.